So hello, good afternoon, welcome here to Cowdrey Park. It is the British Open final day, the Gold Cup final, and we have our first entertainment here on Lawns Ground number 2 in front of us, and it is the Roda Polo final. What a marvel, what a spectacle this is. I'm joined here in the commentary box for this game by Tarquin Southall. Tarquin, tell us a little bit about what we're about to see and how the game of Roda Polo works.
Well, thank you very much, John. Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The Roda Polo UK Championships 2024 here, and it is the final of the first ever Roda Polo Championships, sponsored by Safe Rock and hosted today here at the home of British Polo, Cowdrey Park. Running in parallel with the Cowdrey Park Gold Cup tournament and played before today's main equestrian final, Roda Polo is both a fantastic tool for young polo players to practice their skills. And we're going to see some of those skills now, John, because we've got some super talent lined up here for this grand final.
We do indeed. Some of the biggest names in world polo, those surnames, the next generations coming through. I'll introduce to you first the team in blue, Gera Polo in blue. Number 1 is Justo del Carril. Number 2 is Cristo Hegyi. And number 3 is Santuccio Gastambide.
And their opponents, Polo Untold, in the green and grey shirts. At 1 is Pedro Sola. At 2, Teo Zavaloglu. And at 3, Florencio Lanús.
So really excited about this game. This gives you a little bit of an idea about what we will be watching when the final kicks off at 3. The aim of the game is to get that ball in between the 2 sets of goalposts. As coming through now is Gastambide, and it's an early goal there for the team in blue, Gera Polo.
Yeah, wonderful goal, wasn't it? And this game is very, very free-flowing. You will see, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to stop these kids. We're going to play 2 10-minute periods here with a 5-minute break. So 2 10-minute chukkers here, and just keep an eye on the skill levels of these kids. It's extraordinary. Not only have they got the balance and the great centre of gravity to control these wheels, but the stick work is absolutely extraordinary for kids so young. Lovely backhander downfield there, and that's going to be picked up here by the number 3. Coming through onto this is Lanús. Lanús looking to equalise here. Super skills there, John, and he's got the score.
Yeah, really good finish there, and they're going to come straight back at them again, looking to go, and here is Sola running in front of him. So I know that's Teo looking for Sola at the front, running away now for Polo Untold, and what a start it has been here for the team in the green and black, but it just goes off the field.
Yeah, just a bit too much cut on that, and possession will go back to their opponents. Punched downfield by Del Carril. But possession is back here with the green and grey shirts of Polo Untold, working this one through the traffic. Wonderful stuff. It's Teo, the number 2. Has he gone through the last line of defence? Oh, a little flick open backhander, but he got too much angle on that, and it's down into the corner. Picked up here by his teammate Florencio. Lanús now. Open backhander of his own. And that was beautifully met there on the head-to-head play. Super stuff from the orange-helmeted Justo del Carril. And there's been a little tumble there. First tumble. The umpire's, in fact, gone down with one of the players, John.
Yeah, a little bit of a collision there between the umpire and the player, but coming through again. It's fast. It's furious, but it's just wide to the left-hand side there. That was Florencio Lanús. A real talent he looks.
Yeah, indeed. They're all very, very skillful. And, of course, 15, 20 years ago, these kids coming into polo would have been doing this on their bicycles. They're now doing it on the e-wheel, and this is the movement. This is the craze at the moment. You go to any polo field in England at the moment, or anywhere around the world, to be fair, John, and you're going to see these kids practicing their talent and developing their skills on these wonderful e-wheels.
Yeah, so great. You'll see how much it mimics what the players will be doing on the horses later on. The core strength, the ability to hit the ball at those kind of distances, it's something to behold. And the way in which these wheels can go up to 30 miles per hour and the speed that it allows these players to get to action, it is amazing.
Indeed it is. I think 31 miles an hour, and we'll give you some information on the specs and the technology behind the wheels, most of them coming out of China, as you would expect. A lovely break is on, but going back there in defence and getting a really good hook and then looping round onto this backhander. Nice work here by the green and grey shirts of Polo Untold. That one's gone down into a decent position, but Gastambide, the tall figure of Gastambide, has reversed it nicely. Picked up here by his teammate Del Carril. He's gone for the angled shot under the neck, a little fake backhander there and a nice little spin turn. And he's just drawing the attacker across here, and he's going to try and outrun him on the outside here, John.
Yeah, I love the confidence there of the fake backhand. Bringing it round now as Teo looks to go to the right-hand side looking for Sola. Sola wound up. He just manages to get there again, sends it long, going back in defense, and it looks like it will go over the back line. There was Del Carril. I was talking to Henry Brett last night, who is a real visionary behind this sport, one of the founding members, and they've just made this field a little bit longer than what we saw in the semi-final. It's really opened it up, and it's great to see the speed these kids are going.
Absolutely. I'm not quite sure what the regulation size is for this e-wheel polo, this Roda Polo, but this size looks absolutely perfect, as you say, John. It just gives them that little bit more space as that one worked down towards goal, but Del Carril was well positioned, and he may be small, but he's got plenty of fight in him, the young man there at the back for the Blues. Open backhander coming in here from the number 2 for the green shirts. That's Teo, and he's found his teammate here, the number 3. Florencio Lanús. Lanús back towards Teo. Sets himself and goes for that angle shot under the neck towards goal, but just leaking out to the right and just off target.
Yeah, just wide to the right, but it's just showing again a little bit of the idea we're going to be seeing later on. The passing polo out here on these wheels is fantastic. The vision as it gets sent down the line. Looking for Del Carril, but going back there in defense, it's going to be Florencio.
Nice work there from Lanús. He's gone past Del Carril, coming across there as the last line of defence, and he's gone past that challenge. Just a little show of anguish there as he sort of swung his stick above his head as that one's gone wide. And it's been punched down across the field to the far side. Gives us a chance to just mention some of the rules here, John. The line of the ball, the player who gets the ball to the ball first will have priority, even if they do not have the line. However, they must not cause danger or have contact with the player that does have the line of the ball. In case of a collision between the players, the ruling will always be in favour of the player who has that line of the ball. And for those of you who have played a little bit of polo, the line of the ball is obviously something that we obey and know all about. For those of you who have not, the line of the ball basically is an imaginary line created when the ball is hit, and it goes to where the ball is going. And that's what you're going to see later on with the horses. Players have got to obey that line of the ball. They can't cross dangerously in front of someone unless they compete in the right way for that line. Anyway, back to the action here. We're still locked at 1-1, John, and there's a hit in on the far side of the field.
Yeah, locked at 1-1. Neither side able to separate themselves so far, but look at the distance again. On the backhand and the speed, and picking it up there is Lanús. It's Florencio, sends the ball down the ground looking for a runner, but look at the speed in defence. It's Heggie with the hook and Del Carril with the open backhand. You're going to be hearing a lot of that name, Heggie, later on. It's his cousin Antonio playing in the final, and Heggie, for those who are new to the sport, his fathers, his grandfathers, they are the very best. When you talk about generational talent, generational names, the Heggies, they are right there.
Absolutely, and a lot of these names that we're seeing here in this wonderful Roda Polo are big polo family names. Of course they are. We've got a Solar out there. We've got a Lanús. We've got a Heggie. We've got a Del Carril. And we have a Gastambide. We've had Pierreses and a lot of Muzios as well in some of the qualifying rounds, John, and they were great to see in the semis.
Yeah, they really were great. But this play here, Florencio, he's made a real impression of this tournament, and he scores a goal, and the speed in which he just surgically cut through the defence, and 2-1.
Yeah, brilliant goal from Lanús, and he's opened up an advantage here, and they're on the attack once again, and there he is plucking the ball out of the air. In fact, this is his teammate working it down towards goal. Del Carril is back in defence, but there's a shooting opportunity. Flick back towards his teammate. Oh, the shot has been stopped. Brilliant work there from Del Carril, who plucked that one out of the air, and they'll have to come again with another wave of attack. Out to the right-hand side. Flick back in field. Lovely little, oh, look at that. He's gone around the man. A super bit of skill there, John. And another goal, and all of a sudden it's 3-1.
He's so fast in the way he can just pick up that bounce of a ball, bring it under his spell, but now they've got to defend. I think that one just went wide to the right-hand side. But the team in green, they're just beginning to dominate, and they do in truth deserve to be out in front as we see them right now.
Agreed. It's that man Lanús who's found a wonderful pass out towards his number 2, Teo. Teo now with a little pirouette turn there and trying to lose the attentions of that challenging player who's coming across. That's wonderful skills, but he's got away from his man. That's Crystal Heggie. working so hard, and then opening up once again is Lanús. Didn't quite get the contact he was looking, and that ball just spinning and checking. They're playing with a tennis ball, ladies and gentlemen, so we do get a little bit of irregular bounce, don't we, John? But it's nice to see them pluck the ball out of the air and have to volley quite so much.
Yeah, the ball you'll be seeing later on the horses, that's a lot harder, a lot more like a hockey ball is probably the most liked description. Oh, what a score that is, the under the neck shot, and you were mentioning the potential flight of the tennis ball. He got that one exactly right.
Absolutely brilliant once again from the danger man, Florencio Lanús, and he's breaking away with the ball on the far side, having already scored 3 goals for his team. Wonderful work in defence there, coming in the form of Del Carril. He's found a teammate who's just plucking that one dangerously across the face of goal, and he's had it nicked off him here, and there's danger, and they're scrambling. The defence is scrambled, but they come away with the ball. Little backhander down towards goal. This is close. Oh, he's gone across the face. Little flick back in field, and once again it's Del Carril with the orange helmet and the blue shirt, bringing the ball away from the danger zone and turning defence into attack.
Yeah, you can see the design of the rules here. They won't stop and put the ball down like you see on the horses. They just keep on going. And like we mentioned, these wheels, they're going up to 30 miles per hour. The speed at which these players can just go end to end is something to be seen.
Yeah, indeed. 4 goals to 1 currently. And the Blues just getting bossed around a little bit in this last 3 or 4 minutes of play. And most of that domination coming from the number 3, Florencio Lanús. The whistle has gone, ladies and gentlemen. It is officially half-time. We're going to do 2 10-minute chukkers so we can call this half-time. And the players are going to come off, get themselves a drink and refresh, maybe have a team chat. And for sure they'll have a coach here, John, I would have thought.
I was about to say, with those surnames, the level of expertise in the coaching tent, they'll definitely be able to give some advice where the areas, where it opens up, where they can try and capitalize on any space. But all of these players, they're almost fearless in the way they come across the angles and they go after our ball. So it's very hard to exactly see where that space is opening up. But I think, for me, it is the number 3 in Polo Untold, Florencio Lanús, who is having the biggest impact on this contest so far.
Indeed. He's played very, very well, having scored 3 goals and driven that team from the back. He looks like a really good captain with a cool head on his shoulders, and he's done superbly well thus far. Still plenty of time here for the Blues to get back into this. Make no mistake about that. Polo lining up with Hagi, Del Carril and Gastambide, and they'll be ready to have a pop and get a couple of goals back here in the second half of this match. Just gives us an opportunity to mention our sponsors, Safe Rock, the headline and team sponsor. And Safe Rock, a company at the forefront of agricultural sustainability, and they are sponsoring the Roda Polo tournament today. And they also sponsor a successful regular Roda Polo team. Their product, Pomerite, is a natural soil enhancer that reduces the need for nitrogen fertilizers, fostering healthier soil and plant growth. Safe Rock ensures agricultural practices are sustainable for future generations, a win-win for both the environment and agriculture alike. And we thank Safe Rock for coming on board and supporting this wonderful event. This is the inaugural, of course, Roda Polo tournament here, and it's great to see these kids showing their skill.
It really is. Again, as I mentioned, I was talking to Henry Brett, former winner actually of the British Open, the Gold Cup, you're about to see. And the aim of this game is really to bring it to the masses. They want to get it to the school kids. They want to get it to London and bring this wonderful game wider and wider. And you can see just how much fun and why that is such a promising avenue for this sport to be looking down.
Absolutely. We've used bicycle polo in the past, but this looks an awful lot more fun to me, John. I mean, have you had a go?
I have had a go, and every time I get on that wheel, I tell you, I fall flat on my face. The core strength of these players, yeah, it's way, way beyond what I ever managed to do.
But I like the fact that they are looking to open polo up to the masses, and this is obviously, without the horse involved, a lot more easy to do and a lot more accessible for these kids and easier for them to get involved.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the wheels, Tarquin, how they work and how they're able to carry these players, not only at such speed, but for long distances as well.
Well, the wheels go between 50 and 70 miles on one charge, apparently. These are the top models coming out of China. They're all on the same wheel here, these kids, so there's no advantage, which you might see later on with the horsepower, of course, in the Calgary Park British Open final. You're going to see some exceptional horses out there looking like they're doing something a little bit extra special, but these kids are all on the same, effectively on the same ponies, if you like, and that evens up the playing fields. But more information with regards to these incredible wheels you can find in the corner of the pitch, where the Roda Polo team will be very, very happy to discuss getting involved in this sport and potentially getting yourself one of these wheels.
Yeah, so the way in which, and you can see where they do it, they lean forwards and they lean backwards. That is how you increase and decrease the speed of a wheel. So it is all core strength and a little bit of bravery as well for these young players to hit those top speeds, as they're now just picked up there by Del Carril. The team in blue, Roda Polo, they still do find themselves behind. We've got just over 8 minutes to go in this contest. We saw a big comeback in the semifinals, so plenty of time for either of these sides to get this win.
Indeed, it's Gastambidi, the number 3. But he's had the ball stolen away here after a little miscontrol, and the Greens are on the march once again. Gastambidi's open backhander up towards his front man. Comes in, he's hooked out of the play, and it's that danger man once again. Lanús spinning the corner. This time he's over the top of the play. Good little bit of skill there with the Harlem shuffle coming in from Del Carril. And a little challenge there, and he's just about stayed on his wheel and broken away with the ball here. Lovely skills from Justo Del Carril. Reaching out there, a little miscontrol, and once again the Greens will turn defence into attack here, and it's that man Lanús. Florencio sets himself, looks up, puts the brakes on, didn't quite get the shot he was looking for. It's just bothered its way and missed that left hand upright, and the ball is out of play.
You talk about the Harlem shuffle dance. I loved how Lanús there, he just slowed right down, and you could see him weaving. It was almost like a salsa, the way those hips just moved, and allowed the horse or the wheel to slow down as they now come under pressure from Heggie. Now watch this player, just leans out left, reaches out behind, but he's chased there by 2 players in green and black, and bringing it away now is Pedro Sola. Sola reaches out, running down the ground is Sola, still taking on Del Carril. Del Carril's good in defense, gets a flick, and turning it around is Gastambidi.
Santuccio Gastambidi here, a familiar figure. His father's been involved with Talandrakas for many, many years, and based down here at Cowdrey Park. And he would have grown up on these lawns pretty much, certainly every summer. But look at this breakaway. It's that danger man again. Florencio with the approach shot. Looks pretty good. Brings the wheel back under control. One little tap and he scoops it through. And they've opened up it's a mountain to climb now for the blue shirts, because the score here, John, is 6-1.
Yeah, and we're looking at about 6 minutes just over to go in this game. And the team in green, it is Polo Untold, who are dominating at the moment, and it's that player coming onto the ball again, Florencio Lanús. Lanús to the left-hand side of Heggie. Now he looks to open up the speed. Now he brings it back under his control and leaves it for Sola. Pedro Sola, the cousin of Facundo Sola, a name familiar around the world of polo, the Sola name. And now going at speed again is Florencio Lanús with the cut. It's going to go close, and it's gone wide to the right-hand side, but they carry on going.
Yeah, it's really fast and furious, isn't it? End-to-end stuff here. It's a really great spectacle, this. And working this one around the corner for Polo Untold is Teo. Teo now. Stolen away by Del Carril, who gets a defensive drive downfield, but the Greens are back in. Well, look at that for a near-side backhander down towards goal. Plucked out of the air superbly well by Del Carril, showing his skills out of the air there, not once, twice, but 3 times. Volleying the ball around the corner. Lovely stuff here from Del Carril. Little touch back towards his teammate. He sets himself, and look at the interchange between those two. Brilliant polo here, and it's Del Carril. Oh, he's over the top of the play, and you just wanted him to go the whole way, John.
Yeah, you saw him just opening up the speed, but look at that little orange helmet come back. He now looks to send Gastambidi over the bounce of a ball a little bit too much on this heralded turf of Lawns ground number 2. Sent long now by Florencio Lanús. He's found there Zeveralglen with the shot. Oh, look at that, out the air and all on his own. It's Lanús, but just a little bit too much on it. He gets the next shot, and he's gone wide from the right, wide to the left. So close there.
Yeah, brilliant. Just a little bit too much on the approach shot, although he is appealing that ball's gone through the goal. I'm not sure. The umpires are just having a chat here. That was very, very close. Goal judge was difficult to get in the right position. The goal's been awarded, John. An extraordinary angle there under the next shot after a heavy touch on the approach. He found the angle, and that is a quite brilliant goal. And the score now, well, it's going to be a long way back for the Blues. Time is ticking away on them. Can they get a consolation goal or two? Picked up here by the number 3. Good little bit of skill around the corner. Wonderful stuff there by Gastambidi. The tall figure of Gastambidi still weaving his way through the traffic. He opens up. He drives it down towards goal, but it's Lanús back in defence. and he's found another near-side backhander away from the danger zone.
The way Lanús is playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him playing on this penultimate Sunday of July many times in the future. It's now looking set, and look at the speed. He's playing another sport for them at times out there. It is Lanús through the centre of the goal. I don't know if there is going to be an MVP, but you fancy it is going to be Florencio Lanús. It's another score for Polo Untold.
Absolutely. Wonderful little flick there by over the top of his head there. Wonderful play from Crystal Hagi. But the Greens dominating this, and they've gone 7-1. Back in defence here, the number 2 for the blue shirts is Crystal Hagi. Del Carril gets a touch. He finds Gastambide. Gastambide with a little turn. He's done well. He's gone past his man. Looking to set this play up here for the Blues. A little touch back there to his teammate. Del Carril will come through and show a little bit of silky skills as he goes across the halfway line. Del Carril over the top of the play, and it's been picked up by Tio and backed up here by his teammate. And the Greens once again have thwarted that danger, and they're on the counter-attack here, and it's that danger man plucking the ball out of the air. Wonderful skills once again. Look at this. Slows his wheel down and finds a centering shot. It's the perfect pass, John, and the flick towards goal. Oh, he put the brakes on and they flew straight by.
They put the brakes on, and now away come Roda Polo, but they're just a little bit slower on the counter-attack. That's here with Hegi. Hegi looking to show a bit of that Hegi magic coming there in between Teo, and it was Sola doing the hard work. We are now in the final 2 minutes as Gastambide sends it down for Hegi. It's Hegi. Oh, he's left it behind him as a trio of Polo Untold players to pick it back up.
Yeah, they were just waiting for the miss, weren't they? They were charging back in defence, hoping he was going to overrun that, and they've got possession back. Here it is. Nice little flick out to the right-hand side, and he goes past his man, opening up his wheel now and picking this one up on the bounce. Nice little bit of half-volley stick work there. He's gone past one, and that's cannoned off a wheel, but the shooting opportunity is there on the near side, and they've got another one. Another lovely goal. This time it was Pedro Sola who gets the score, and the score now, John, is 8-1.
Yeah, 8-1. They have led right from the beginning of the first half. But now they're with Gastambide. Gastambide puts it up. It's going to go close. They're not giving any respite whatsoever. They don't want to concede anything. The Blues are asking, was it a goal?
Well, was it a corner? Looks like possession has gone to the Blues here from the corner, John. I'm not an expert on the rules, I'll be totally honest with you, but it looks like it's Del Carril who's bringing this one infield from the corner. Finds a drive, but that one straight into the wheel of an opponent. He's going to get a second bite at it here. And here he goes. Launches that one infield, looking for Gastambide at the back post. Gastambide, his tail backhander will be picked up here by Florencio Lanús. The man of the moment opens up his wheel and he's going down the far side. Look at the stick work. Oh, and a little show of frustration there as he just pops that one out of the sideline.
Yeah, now one more chance for Roda Polo. Can they get one for pride at the end of the game? It's Hegi. Hegi just beaten to it first time. There's Del Carril. Del Carril, he's looking for the goal, but he just can't score in this chucker. So it remains 8-1.
Yeah, they've thrown absolutely everything at it, haven't they? You can't knock them for not trying. They've left everything out there on the field. They just haven't been able to convert these chances, and the green team have been a little bit too strong. A play coming in there. Nice work from Gastambide. Can this be the goal that we all want? He's worked it downfield. Lovely touch out of the air. The number 2 is through. This is really good, John. He's coming through. Hey, he's got the score. Wonderful stuff. Roda Polo have dug deep, and they've come up with a consolation goal with just, how long left?
Well, I think the clock will be ticking any second now. Can they get another one now with Del Carril, this young team in blue? They just took a little bit long to really find their groove here. It's now here with Florencio Lanús. Florencio Lanús, can he finish instead with a bang? It's up towards the goal. It's through the goal. 9-2. That 7-goal gap there again. A Tarquin. There goes the whistle. So can we please our school here? Let's give these 6 young riders a round of applause. All young players, all big futures in the game, where we'll be seeing plenty more of them in the years to come.
Yes, indeed. What a wonderful match for the inaugural Roda Polo UK Championships, played here, of course, before the big match, the British Open to come. And these kids, well, what a privilege for them to be out there on this stage, John, and to be competing so well.
It was indeed. So from all of us here for this first spectacle in front of us, a big Thank you. A big congratulations to all of those out in the field. Please do as we say. There is a Roda wheel, a Roda Polo tent down in at the far left-hand corner left as we speak from this commentary area. Please do go down and ask about how you can get involved in this fast-growing sport. But from us, we will be back live in the next half hour or so before the main game gets underway at 3 p.m, the final of the British Open Cowdrey Park Gold Cup.